Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles, a channel where I try and showcase the fun that can be had in the world of variant Sudoku. And today I'm going to be doing that with a puzzle called Damo Says It's a Smiley Face, which is by PjotrV, Scojo, and Chat. So my understanding is this puzzle was created as part of a stream, and this one was recommended to me as I'm not sure how this one came about actually, but it was recommended to me. So I'm going to give it a shot because PjotrV and Scojo are both excellent setters, and anyone who's involved in their chat is going to be good. PjotrV does stream, I believe, over on Twitch, so you should be able to find PjotrV's channel over there. I've not actually checked it out. I think the time zones don't line up for me. I'm on the other side of the planet to almost everyone, so getting those times lined up is always terrible. Let's have a look at the puzzle. So we've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We've got arrows, which means that digits along an arrow must sum to the digit on the arrow circle. So the sum of the digits on an arrow gets placed into the arrow circle. The sum of those two gets put there, the sum of those two gets put there, and the sum of those three get put there. It would be perfectly fine for there to be repeats along the arrow. So those could be the same digit. It's just the sum of the digits on the arrow gets put into the arrow circle. And then we've got index lines, which in this case are these cyan blue color. So each blue line is an index line, and the index and nth cell along such a line, starting from the diamond, indicates the position along the line where the digit n appears. For example, if the diamond cell contains a 3, then the third cell along that line must have a 1, because this is the first cell along the line. So a 3 here means that, or it's in position 1. So 3 here means you count 1, 2, 3, and you put the number of the position, which is position 1. Similarly, because this would be the third position, we would have to put the position of the 3 in position that is the 1 away, which is here 1. So these index each other. They're the rules of the puzzle. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So we know that the digits on this line must be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, why do we know that? Well, similarly, as we did with the example, this being 3 and this being 1, we could never put a digit higher than 5 on the line, because if I tried to put a 6 here, that means we'd be putting the 1 in the 6th cell along the line, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is no 6th cell. So we could never put anything higher than 5 along the line. We also can't repeat digits. If I tried to make, say, both of these 3, which is fine by Sudoku, but this is saying I'm putting a 1 into the third cell. But this is saying this is the 4th position. So this would be saying I'm putting a 4 into the third cell, and this would have to be 2 different digits, which doesn't work. So you can never repeat digits along a line. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, that means also that this digit can't be in any of those or any of those. So that digit is in one of those cells. I'm not sure how that's helping me, but it does mean that these are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this cell, it's helping me because this is 1 through 7, and that digit has to go over here because this cannot repeat on its line. So this digit must be one of those 3, but I'm not sure how that's helping me. But let's have a look at the arrows for a bit now. These 3 digits all see each other. So the minimum these could be is 1, 2, and 3. And if these were 1, 2, and 3, then that means the minimum this could be is 6. So this has to be 6, 7, 8, or 9. Okay. Could this be 1, 2, 3? No, these can't be 1, 2, or 3, because if these were 1, 2, 3, then these would all be from 4, 5. That doesn't work. So this can't be a 6. And 7 would need these to be 1, 2, 4. The only way you could make up 7 is 1, 2, 4. And that would leave these to be 3 and 5. So this can't be a 7 either. And there must be a 1 on this arrow, because if there's no 1 on this arrow, the only way you could make this work is with 2, 3, 4 here, because anything other than 2, 3, 4 would cause this to be higher than 9. That's if there's no 1 on the arrow. 2, 3, 4, leaving 9 as the absolute maximum, with the minimum here being 2, 3, 4 if there's no 1. So, but 2, 3, 4 here would leave only 1 and 5 for 3 different cells. So there must be a 1 on this arrow. which means there's no 1 in any of those cells. Now, if this is a 1, this is a 1. If this is a 1, this is a 5. So this isn't 2, 3, 4. This is only 1 or 5. And if this is a 1, yeah, if this is a 1, this is a 5. And if this is a 1, does that make this 1 or 5? Because if this is a 1, it's a 1. If this is a 5, this is a 1. If this is a 1, this is a 5. But if this is a 1, this could be anything. Because I could go, yeah, it doesn't actually force that. If this is a 1, then this could be 2, 5, and 3, 4, and that would work. But there must be a 1 on this. And it must have a 2 or a 3. It must have a 2 or a 3. Because the only way to do, and I know I'm pencil marking across boxes here, and that's not ideal, but I know I'm doing it because I'm trying to think out loud. Because if I don't include a 2 or a 3 on that arrow, the minimum it could be would be 1, 4, 5, which is 10. So there must be a 2 or a 3 on here. But there must be a 2 or a 3 on here. So this has to be the 2 or the 3 that must go on this arrow. Because there must be a 2, 3 here. Because I can't make it 1, 4, 5 by not having a 2 or a 3 on that arrow. So, and this is either 1, 2, 6 or 1, 3, 4 or 5 or 1, 2, 5, because this could still be 8 or 9, but it still must have a 2 or a 3 with the 1. But this 2, 3 is one of those 2 cells. But if this is the only a 2 or a 3, because this couldn't be the 2 or a 3 and I need a 2, 3 here, this is the 1. And the 2, 3 here means the 5 has to be in one of those 2 spots, not there. And there's no 5 on this arrow. So there's no 5 on that arrow. So 1, 2, 4 doesn't work because that would leave all of these as 3. So I can't. So where's 7, 8, 9 in that row? That's the interesting way of thinking about it. You can never put 7, 8 or 9 on a 3-cell arrow, and I can't put 7, 8, 9 there. These are 7, 8, 9. And this is saying where the 1 goes. So the 1 has to, this can't be a 9 because this is saying where the 1 goes on this index line. And I can't put a 1 here because the 1 is over here. So this is not a 9. The 1 on this line is in one of those 2. I'm pencil marking across boxes. That's terrible. And it's not here. This is the 1 because I've already got the 1 in this box. So this is the 7 and there's no 7 here. This is saying that the 9 is in one of those 2 because it has to be in the 8th or the 9th position along the line. This is really interesting. But these, there must be a 6 on this arrow. There must be a 6 on this arrow because I can't put a 6 here. There is a 6 on this arrow. So it's the minimum it can be now is 1, 2, 6. The absolute minimum it can be is 1, 2, 6 because I couldn't put 7 on here. I couldn't put 7 on here. This was 7, 8, 9. Yes, this is 1, 2, 6, which means this is the 9. If this is 1, 2, 6, there's no 2 in any of those. I could have got this easier. The only place 2 could be now is here, which means this is the 5 as the second position along the line. This isn't the 5. I don't know the order the 3 and the 4 go, though. That's really interesting. There's no 2 here. So the 2 is in one of those 2. Okay. The 2 is in one of those 2. Now there has to be a 2 on this line because this is 1 through 7. And the 2 is either in position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7. So this is 4, 5, 6 or 7. And the 8 and the 9 must be down here with whatever digit this is. But the 8 and the 9 in this box can't be on this line. So they're both down here. Now, this can't be an 8 or a 9 because there's no way I can make those two digits sum to less than, 4 now, because the minimum they could be is 1 and 3. So there's no 8, 9 here, and this is an 8, 9 pair. And that digit goes there. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if it's the index line at the bottom. 2 is in one of these. I can't put 2 here because this can't sum to 2. So a 2 here would make this the 8, which does work. A 2 here doesn't seem to do much. Well, where can 2 go along this line? It could go here, which would allow this to be a 3. I can't put 2 in any of those. 2, this can only be 3 or 8, because I can't put 2 here. I could put 2 here. I can't put 2 in any of those, and I can't put 2 there. This can only be a 3 or an 8. That's quite interesting. Seven can't go in any of these, and it's not in any of those. So 7 is in one of those two, which by Sudoku puts 7 in one of those two because I can't repeat 7 on the line. That's weird. Yeah, this is really strange. I'm not sure how to do this. The minimum this could be is 3. And I think it can still be 3. One in this box is forced. This 1 takes 1 out of all of those because I can't repeat 1 on the line. 1 can't be in any of those. This is the 1, and this is actually a 2, 6. And now 1 isn't in any of those. So 1 is in one of those two, which means this has to be a 1 or a 3 now, because 1 can only go in the 1 or the 3rd position. That's cool. But this is now forced up because this can't contain a 1 or a 2. The minimum this could be now is 3, 4. Oh, that's cool. The minimum this could be now is 3, 4. If I don't put a 3 on this, this automatically now becomes 4, 5. And if this was 4, 5, this would have to be a 0 to keep that to 9. There must be a 3 in this because this can't contain a 1 or a 2. If there's no 3, this is 4, 5, that would have to be a 0 to keep that to a 9. So this is the 1. And there must be a 3 here. And if this is 3, 4, that's 7, and the minimum that could be is 2. So this is 3, 4, making this 7. The minimum that could be is 2, making that 9 and that 8. And that digit now has to be a 2, because I need to put 2 on this line somewhere, and it can't go in any of those. So that becomes a 2, meaning that's a 7, because the 2 is in the 7th position. So the 7th, or the 2 is in the 7th position, so I need to put 7 in the 2nd position to make them index. That's really cool. And the 3 and the 4 are down here on this box. So 3 can only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, and it can't be 4 because the 4 has to be down here. So this is, well, it's 4, 5, or 6, and it can't be 4. So 3 can only be in 5 or 6. 4 is 1, 2, is only 4, 5, or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because these are all 3, 4, 5, 6. This is strange. This 5 has to go on this line somewhere. But this can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, it can't be 9 because I can't put 5 there. It can't be 8 because I can't put 5 there. It can't be 7 because I can't put 5 there. And this is a 5, 6 pair. So this is 8 or 9 by the column, which means 8 or 5, which is because this is the 5th cell along the line, is in one of those two. And 5 is in one of those two, because the 5th or the 6th position along this line, which puts 5 in one of those two. Wow. I feel like I need to go back to that first line. That first line looks really powerful. Because I can't put 3 or 4 there. So it can't be 1, 2. It can't be 3 or 4 because 3 and 4 are in here. It can't be 5. This can be 6, 7, 8, or 9 only. And it can't be 9 because this is the 4th cell along the line and I can't put 4 there. So it's 6, 7, or 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I can't put 4 in 7. So 4 is in one of those two. This is only 6 or 8. And 4 is in one of those two, which lines up with those, putting 4 in one of those, meaning this is a 4, 5 pair. So that's crazy. These are 1, 3, and 8, and I can't put 1 here because there's no way I can make those two cells sum to 1. This is a 3, 8 pair. This is a 1. Can I make this 1, 2 still? Maybe. But the 3, 8 means this is the 6, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 4. That's the 5. This is the 6, which puts 3 in the 6th position. And these are 4, 5. The 4 makes this the 3, which makes this the 4. And these are 7, 8, 9, of course, but the 8 and 9 are looking at making that the 7. There's no 7 here. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there must be a 7 in one of those two. This is the 6th position, so 6 is in one of these 3. So these are 1, 5, and 6, but I can't put 5 or 6 here because I can't make any of those 4. This is the 1. This is crazy, which means this is the 4. This is insane. This is really crazy. This is a triple now. 2, 7, and 9. Now this... Actually, this can't be a 2. But apart from that, I'm not seeing... Well, this is the 8th position. So I can't make this a 7. But that's the only restriction. Well, hang on a minute. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I've got 2, 3, 8, and 9. So this has to be 2, 3, 8, or 9, the only digits I haven't placed on the row. Now this can't be an 8, so I can't put a 3 there, which I've already done. A 2 here would make these 3, that's fine. 9 here would make this 3, which I can't do. So this is only a 2 or a 3. So the 3 can only go in one of those two, which does line up. A 7 here, this couldn't be 1, 6 because I can't make either of those 1, 6. It couldn't be 2, 5. This would have to be 3, 4. If this is 9, it couldn't be 1, 8. It could be 2, 7. It could be 3, 6. It couldn't be 4, 5. So if this is... not sure I'm a fan of that. If this is 1, 2... this can't be 3 anymore. If this is 3, this is 1, 2. This is 3... Oh no, which would make that 8, which would make that 2, and that would be 9. This could be 3. Okay. I know 1 is in one of... Oh, where's 1? 1 and 1 are knocking 1 out of all of those. This one is knocking 1 out of there. And 1 can't go in the circle of an arrow. This is a 1. So this is either 2 or 7. And 1 is in one of those two. These are 6... Oh, no. Wait a minute. These are 6, 8, and 9, but they can't be 9. Oh, this is the 8 because of the 2, 7, 9 triple. This is an 8, which means this is a 9, which means this is a 7, this is a 2. The 8 and the 9 are indexing each other, but I can't repeat on the line. So this is the 3, this is the 2, and this is the 7, which means this is the 8. The 2 is looking up, making that the 6 and that the 2. That was way easier than I was making it. This is the 9, this is the 8, looking down, taking 8 out of those. So this is the 8, which puts 5 there. 7 or 9 means 6 has to be in one of those two, and this 6 is looking down, saying not there. This is the 6, which is in the 9th position, and that becomes the 7. Now, this can't be 6, 7, 8, or 9. The maximum here is 5. So it's 3, 4, or 5. Could I make this? And I can't make it 3 because it'd have to be 1, 2, and I can't put 1 or 2 here. So it's not 3. Now, it can't have a 2 on it. This cannot have a 2 on it. So without a 1, its minimum is 3, 4, and it can't be as high as 7. So it must have a 1 on it. And then this is either 3 or 4 in order to get to 4, 5, and I can't use a 3. So this is 4, 5, which means this is 4, 5. One is right here by Sudoku now. Now, these digits are 2, 3, and 7. There's no 2 here, so I can't put a 7 in the second position. There's no 2 here. This is a self-indexing 2, and these will index each other. Or themselves, but whichever way they work. So these digits, 1, 2, 3, and 6, these have to sum to 7. They're not 1, 6, they're not 2, 5, these are 3, 4. Which looks up making that the 6 and that the 3. These digits, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This row, 3, 4, and 9. That's not the 9, so that's the 9. This is now the 3 because there's already a 4 in the column, meaning that's the 4 and that's the 3. This column is missing its 2. This box is 6, 8, and 9, and there's no 6 in either of those. So this is the 6, and that's that 6 looking down, and the 9 is looking across, making that the 8 and that the 9. This row is missing its 2 and its 6, and this 2 is looking down, making that the 6 and that the 2. 2. Okay. So this triple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. The 7 and the 8 is looking down, making that the 5. So this becomes a 7 or an 8. But this 3 is looking down, making that the 7, which indexes the 3. The 7 is looking up, making that the 8, the 7, that the 8. This column has got its 1, 2. It doesn't have its 3. 4, 5. It doesn't have its 6. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, and 9, which I'm also not seeing how to resolve. Ooh, interesting. It's this 5 looking up, making that the 4 and that the 5. And now I can look at these columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this 8 looks across, making that the 9 and that the 8. The 9 looks back, making that the 5 and that the 9. The 5 looks across, making that the 6 and that the 5. The 6 looks back, making that the 3 and that the 6. The 3 looks across, making that the 4 and that the 3. And these final digits, which are 4 and 7, can be resolved by that 7. 4 and 7. And that is how you solve. Damo says it's a smiley face. That was really cool. That was very cool. I liked that one. The way this long line worked, which I'm assuming is the smiley face, very cool. And just starting off with the interactions in row 2, really nice stuff. I like this puzzle. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. As always, leave comments and to appease the YouTube algorithm with liking and subscribing and all of that fun stuff. Yeah, really cool stuff. Loved it. Thanks everyone for watching. And as always, good luck with your solving.